Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Patrick Brown, Executive Director of the Renewal Center here in Concord, North Carolina. I want you to welcome you to Tea Time Tuesdays. We're excited about just the time that we have together to focus on renewing ourselves, increasing our resilience, and fostering an atmosphere of resilience and renewing ourselves again. So I want to encourage you, go ahead and share with someone that we're here, and we're live on our YouTube channel, and we're also live here on our Facebook channel, connecting with you concerning just practices of renewal. Actually, this celebrates a year that we've been doing this. So we're excited about this opportunity to come into your home, wherever you are in your office, the time that you're taking in your break to focus on just renewing who you are. And that's why we do Tea Time. We've had some incredible sessions together this past year. And so our team at the Renewal Center wants to thank you very much for participating in. So if you're out there, let us know that you're out there today. Go ahead and begin to tag your friends, share with your friends and your family. Let them know that we're here. It's noon Eastern Standard Time, connecting here at the Renewal Center for Tea Time Tuesdays. All right, we're excited about that. Before we go forward, I just want to also just honor Black History Month. You know, this is wonderful that we're able to recognize the contributions of those that are here in this nation that have African descent. That's what this is about. And when we celebrate history, what we're saying is we're celebrating all that we've experienced that has got us where we were and where we're going. One of the key things about history and heritage is that when you write your story, no one else can write it for you. And that is why it's so important for us to have a memory or remember those that have come before us and the foundations and legacies that they've set for us so we can stand on their shoulders and their sacrifice. So I wanted to just invite you to the Renewal Center this coming weekend. We have on February 18th and 19th, we're going to have some guest speakers. We're going to have some spoken word. We're going to interview some business leaders and some business thought leaders. That's going to be here at the Renewal Center. So it's going to be virtual. So I want to make sure that you look at all of our postings and our flyers so you can participate in that. And again, let's bring that up one more time. It's going to be Friday, the 18th and Saturday, the 19th. All right. For a Renewal Live virtual broadcast, the Renewal Center is honoring Black history. You're going to have special guests, authors, business owners, spoken word. Friday is going to be at 7 p.m. and Saturday at February 19th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please be connected with us about that. We're looking forward to you participating and being part of what we're going to do that weekend. So hi, Nicole. Good afternoon. Good to have you on. Thank you so much for being on today. Hello, Tanya. If you're out there, let us know that you're there. Please, again, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and go ahead and share this so that we can all connect today. So before we go forward, I want to get into the book of the week. And while we're doing the book of the week, please feel free to let us know what tea that you have today, because we're going to get to our tea of the week as well. But our book of the week is called Color Outside the Lines, A Revolutionary Approach to Creative Leadership. This is by Howard Hendricks. And this particular book here, Color Outside the Lines, it's about creative leadership. Something powerful about this book, and I've read this book, was about that all of us are creative. Sometimes we may not think we are, but inherent inside of each person is our ability to create. And many times we don't know that. And what this book does for us, it helps us understand the importance of how to unleash or infuse spiritual leaders with creativity, certain methods we can use, like storyboarding. Why do we write out stories? So we can learn how to tell stories. And then we storyboard that helps us create a path of how to communicate leadership expectations and development. Other times, five sensing, which is about making sure that we look at how do we use all of our senses to encourage and inform and inspire our leadership capabilities. Mind mapping, which is our thought processes. How do we begin to synthesize information and bring them together so we can effectively communicate? And there are various other examples and proven concepts to help us identify different road blocks that may try to hamper or hinder our creative leadership capacity. So again, that is Color Outside the Lines, a revolutionary approach to creative leadership. Spending time with creative people. maximizing your fine arts or your hobbies, reading, asking creative questions, spending time with creative people. So many different ways of maximizing your creative leadership. How many of you out there want to expand your leadership capacities and competencies? If you're out there, one way to do that is by connecting to your creative genius. Everyone has ingenuity. Many times we don't know that because of our enculturation or perspectives. So that this book helps with that. All right. So again, that's Color Outside the Lines, a revolutionary approach to creative leadership. All right, let's go to our tea of the day, tea of the week, excuse me. Pineapple tea. Pineapple tea is our tea of the week. And if you're out there, please let us know what tea that you have today. Now, pineapple tea is interesting because it is made from pineapple skin. So if you've ever been to Jamaica, or you've had any type of Jamaican drink, there's also a Jamaican drink that's a pineapple-based drink. And one of the things that you take the peel of the pineapple, you add turmeric, you can add ginger, you add honey, that makes it a little bit more sweet, flavorful. The foundation of this tea is that it's anti-inflammatory. I would encourage you to check that out. It is, Aretha, yes, it is a delicious tea. So the next time that you get some pineapples, make sure you get some turmeric and some ginger. I would prefer that you get the root and grind it, all right? And add some organic honey, some fresh honey to it, and that'll make it a little bit more flavorful. But that's wonderful. I say if you did that a couple of times per week, it'll really help with any type of anti-inflammatory issues that you might have. Add a little pinch of black pepper, just a small pinch when you're serving it. You won't really taste it, but what that does, it'll absorb all the turmeric nutrients so you can get all of that into your body for a healthy drink. So it's tasteful and tasty, but it's also healthy. And so it's a wonderful brand. Sometimes you can add orange to it. Other times you can add lemon juice to it as to help with the citrusy feel to it. So if you're out there, let us know if you've ever had pineapple tea. I'm talking like I've had it before. I'm just explaining my research. So I'm going to have to try to fix this. Okay. Hibiscus tea. All right. Thank you, Hope, for sharing that. Good afternoon, everyone. Please share with us what teas that you're drinking today. You know, one thing about this tea time that we've had since we've been on this for a year now, it is about us coming together and having conversation, connecting with each other, and implementing renewal practices. And one of the things that we always do is locate ourselves, locate where we are mentally, locate where we are physically and emotionally. We must take care of ourselves. So take just 30 seconds, if you will, with me, and just pause, get a good posture right where you are. Get a good posture in your chair, try to create an atmosphere of silence. And let's go ahead and let's take a moment to 30 seconds. Let's just calm ourselves. Let's breathe in and breathe out. One more time. And release. One more time. We locate ourselves so that we can make sure that we manage any stress, any multitasking, any other types of irritability that tries to really distract our day. So it's important that we take this pause to do that, all right? It's good for the soul. It's good for the mind. All right. So I'm going to bring on our director of Renewal and Community Programs, Carmela Head, and she's going to continue with our renewal practice and principles for the day.
Hello. Let's see if we can bring Patrick back on the screen the right way.
Oh, that's all right.
Again. I don't know why I'm bigger than you here. Let's fix this.
That's all right. You're the host.
Okay.
The host with the most.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see everyone. Patrick, are you staying on with me or are you coming on?
No, you go ahead and flow. I'm going to take notes.
Okay, wonderful, everyone. Let's go ahead and begin Tea Time Tuesday. We want to say thank you to Patrick for helping us to locate ourselves today. It's just a beautiful day out there. The sun is shining, so it's just a clear day. I just couldn't ask for a better day. Welcome, everyone. I want to say hello to Tanya, and I see Karen has just signed on, and Keisha and Cheryl. Well, welcome to everyone. And here's Chanel. She just signed in. Welcome to everyone today. Hope you guys brought your journal and your tea. I know I have my journal and my tea, and I'll be sharing some concepts today. Actually, if you haven't signed on and watched the video from the last two broadcasts where Patrick talked about workplace wellness, you must go back and look at that, because that's kind of like a launching pad as to what I'll be sharing today. And I'm going to kind of continue this in a mode of talking more about building resilience through work-life balance. And so we're going to talk about designing productivity today. How many of you guys are excited about being productive? I know I am. And so I want to share a few things with everyone today. I'm going to show something on my screen just to kind of jumpstart today's renewal practice. And it's called Building Resilience Through Work-Life Balance, Designing Productivity. Designing Productivity. Just want to reach out to everybody today and throw a little trivia out there to you all as you all are working throughout your day. Please tell me what you think being productive is all about. If you can just share with all the rest of the tea timers that are on here today, what do you consider productivity? I know we're going to get a lot of answers. We're going to get a lot of chimes in today about being productive. What does it mean to you when we're being productive? I know for me, I have a lot of different things that come to my mind when I think about being productive and what it takes to be productive throughout my workday. A lot of us, like we talk all the time, may be working from home, or we're in the office, or even as we do things through our leisure throughout the work week or throughout our own weekends when we're doing things at home with family, with friends, or we're endeavoring to do some things. So you guys share with me, what do you think productivity is? Because we're going to jumpstart this and get some strategies today to help us with moving forward through building resilience and work-life balance. Sometimes we kind of teeter-totter a little bit when it comes to work-life balance, but if we bring everything together, we may be able to hone in a little bit more on what it is to be productive. I mean, productivity starts from within. And so we also can incorporate some things to help us. Everybody can incorporate some things about being productive. I see somebody chiming in. Cheryl, thank you for joining us once again and chiming in. Cheryl says, productivity. Let's see what Cheryl's saying. I'm trying to get this to get on the screen here. Maximizing your time, not just doing stuff. I love that. I love that answer. Sometimes it's all about maximizing the time that you do have. Yes, Cheryl. Maximizing your time and not just doing frivolous things that can bring us away from what we really need to do. And so I'm going to be focusing and talking about some strategies. Do we have anyone else that wants to share out there what you consider productivity to be? Productivity in your workday, in your workspace, productivity. What is that to you? I'd love you to share that with me. Okay, well, just think about it. And as I start off today, I'm going to share a few things with you that I know that can help a lot of us. If you look and try to find different ways to be productive, there are so many ways to be productive throughout our workday and our weekends or whatever we're doing. So we're just going to hone in on a few today that I think will be some great tips to take with us as we take time for reset and building resilience throughout our lives. So here's the first one. I'm going to show the screen, the slide on the screen. I'd like you to take a look with me. Kind of got a little bit of delay going on here. Okay, first off, we're going to talk about designing productivity. So you know that when someone is designing something, designing is to create something. We all know everyone's original design is different or whatever, but whenever we design something, it's specifically made for that particular person or thing. And so when we're talking about designing productivity, here are some tips that I think that would help us in a great deal. Managing distractions is the first one that I want to talk about. When we have our daily load is ahead of us, we got a full schedule or a full plate, or even if we're at home doing things, chores, or we have meetings, or we're going somewhere. One of the best things that I like to talk about in productivity is managing distractions. And so to manage distractions, we can do things like trying to stay on course. And what can you do throughout the workday to hone in on or in your leisure to stay focused? That's I think sometimes that could be a hard thing for some folks to possibly stay focused on what you're planning to do. So you can minimize distractions, and that helps you to become more productive through your workday. I see Chanel is coming in with something she'd like to share. Working hard and getting good results. That is productivity. Yes, I love that. Just like Cheryl said, maximizing your time, not just doing stuff. Chanel is saying working hard and getting good results. I love that word, results, because that talks so much about what I was just sharing about minimizing distractions. Have you been doing things, or just in the course of a meeting, or on you managing your emails, and a lot of things that Patrick shared last week to help us really hone in on how to be more balanced in our workplace and how to be well there? One of the things that I come to learn is managing distractions, and sometimes having some boundaries set in a certain manner as far as how do you deal with all of the noise as far as the telephone calls or the pings and all of those type of things. Those are some great things to add to your basket. Put in some things in your basket of skills and things like that to hone in on managing distractions and minimizing those things that take our focus off being productive. I really, really love that. And thank you. Here comes Karen. Karen is sharing planning and completion of projects. I like that, because that's going to be talking about some other things we're sharing. Completing your projects, going the distance, and having a goal. You want to set your goal to achieve your goal, and being more productive is starting where you are, managing your goal, and actually achieving your goal. So going to the finish line and completing your project, that's being productive throughout your workday. And that creates balance in work life. Love that. Thank you for sharing those. I really appreciate those concepts today, Tea Timers. Here's the second one. I'm going to put this on the screen again. So we were talking about managing distractions. The second one is setting reminders. Inspire a new positive habit. When we talk about creating new habits, remember we always say sometimes it takes 21 days to create a habit when you do things in repetition. So part of work-life balance and designing productivity, staying productive, is setting reminders. Patrick shared some things last week about the notifications, the positive notifications. We can even add more to that by setting reminders to help us to remember how to, we want to be on time for a meeting. We want to remember important dates. How about just the simple thing of drinking water? I know that they have these things now that has the little lines and the ounces of how much water you can drink, and you could set your timer on an app to kind of guide you, to remind you, don't forget to drink your water. Certain things like that help you to be more productive throughout the workday so that you're managing your time. Just like Cheryl said, when you're maximizing your time, you're able to focus more on what you're doing. And so I love these different concepts that we can use to become more productive. That's a part of building resilience. And so set some reminders. You can even use your phone and put a certain time to remind you of when you want to do something. It'll keep you from, I guess I like to say, it keeps you from moving into other things, and that's a way of avoiding distractions. Let's go to number 3 together. I have some comments coming in I'm going to share real quick before we go to number 3. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, it is good stuff. I appreciate that. We all can benefit from being more productive throughout our work day and creating a more productive work-life balance. Come on, tea timers. Let's go to number three. Number three is what is at your reach? Keeping supplies handy. These are some practical things. When you want to be more productive, you keep everything around you that you might need, your supplies, your journals, whatever you have, your meeting, the things that you're needing for your meeting. How about at home? How about being able to keep things at your reach so we're not wandering around and squandering time? There's a lot of things that we could do to kind of streamline things together. What can you do to become more organized? I know over the years, I've learned different strategies on how to become more organized. I know at Tea Time Tuesday, we have learned a lot of strategies about decluttering, reorganizing things, kind of streamlining. This is a good way to stay productive. We want to maximize our workday. We want to maximize our space, the things that we're doing. And so one of the things that we can hone in more is what is at your reach. What's tangible around you that you can set in a place so that everything is organized and you don't necessarily have to run and retrieve things. What do you all think about that? I'm going to take a second and I'm going to sip my tea. That's right, looking at your planner daily. And I'm an advocate for personal development when it comes about planning your day. And so when you have a planner there, that helps you to focus in on what you need to do. And that's a great way of prioritizing your day. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that. So I'm going to take a second and sip my tea while you think about these 3 pointers that we just went over about being more productive. Wonderful. Wonderful. Do we have anybody over there on YouTube who wants to chime in? You can chime in as well today about what you think productivity means to you. Let's go to number 4. I like number 4. Number 4 is finding the silver lining, putting passion into what you're doing. No one wants to sit around and do stuff that they don't really like to do. So, when they say that old adage about finding the silver lining, that really talks about finding something positive in something that's not as great. So sometimes you may be embarking on some things that may not be going the direction that you really want it to go in, or you may not find the excitement in it. I think that when we take the moment to find the silver lining and to stay positive, to find the passion of what you're doing. Part of staying productive is actually finding something as well that you love to do. What is it that you love to do? I think when you take the time to find some things that you really like doing, you pour out your all into it, and that creates positivity in your life so that you can move into doing some other things. So finding the silver lining, those things that really draw you in, that you can throw yourself into it. How do you guys find the silver lining in your day? I would like to hear that. Tea timers, what are some things that you do to bring inspiration or to bring the passion into what you're doing? I love taking the time. There are a lot of things that I love to do, but I love to take the time to focus in on what I'm doing and find enjoyment in that. That builds resilience, that builds confidence, and it builds creativity every day, as we spend time building and finding that silver lining. We like to put passions in action. And I say the passion in what we love to do. I think that makes a great difference in us going the distance. And just like one of us have shared, getting the results that we need. We want to stay enthusiastic. We want to stay positive. We want to see positivity in that silver lining, even when there's some things that are just like, oh God, this is just too much. But you want to take a minute, step back, and find something positive in it that you can pour yourself into. So give me some hearts and give me some likes and let me know that you resonate, that some of these strategies and these renewal practices so far are resonating with you. I have a remark coming in. Andrea, thank you, Andrea. She says it helps to love what you do. Absolutely. There's nothing like doing things you really don't like to do. And that's even at home, even the things that we do at home. Can we find some things throughout our day, even on our weekends or throughout our work week, even when we're at our home setting or in our leisure setting? What are those things that bring you joy that you enjoy doing? Because that helps us to free us up and to give us a cushion with other things that may be a little bit more tedious. Do you agree? I'm excited about this. Let's move on to the next one. And I think this is going pretty well today about work-life balance. Karen is sharing something with us here. Karen is saying, do my prayer walk. Absolutely. I love that. And we're going to be getting to that in a few seconds as well. Doing your prayer walk, getting out, doing some things that you love to do. It makes such a great difference. And I love doing the things that bring me joy. Andrea agrees too. Thank you so much, Andrea, for chiming in. Let's go to the next slide together. Okay, so how about acquiring new skills? That helps us to be more productive. The more we learn, the more we share. I was thinking about that this morning. I said, the more we learn, the more we share. It's something about being able to share with others and do some things for others, share your expertise of what you've learned. And that helps you to stay motivated, keeps you productive. It keeps you in a learning mode, acquiring new skills, gaining new skills. The more we learn, the more we can become more productive by giving to others. When we gain new information, take a new class, learn a new skill, learn a new way of doing things, something that you've never learned. I know I talk about that quite often on Tea Time Tuesday. When we take the time to learn something new, it boosts our awareness, and we become more heightened to share our information with others so that they can learn. So it's kind of like a revolving door, and it keeps us in a mode of productivity. Let's go to the next one. Tanya is saying, listening to music as I work. That's one of my favorites too. I love listening to music. That's going to keep you motivated. That's going to keep you focused. It keeps you in a place of something that you love to do. And so that when you leave that environment, you felt like you've been productive that day because it kept you in a mode of positivity. And Hope is saying, creating an environment that's inviting to creativity and positive energy. Absolutely. No one wants to be in a negative environment. No one, even if you're by yourself, you wanted to have positivity around you. It puts that pep in your step, actually. And it gets you to a point of being creative. And absolutely, Hope, thank you for sharing that. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you driven. We want to be driven to do what we're, set to do for the day. So I love these comments. So how about this one? Let's go to the next one. You join in with me here. Gain positive feedback. Look through a new pair of lens. Okay, now, what I said was gain positive feedback. Excuse me. It's nothing like being able to gain a new perspective from when someone else is being able to give you positive feedback. It helps us to look through a new lens of, I didn't know I had that strength. Sometimes being around someone that can sharpen you, that can give you positive feedback, help you to see what your strengths are, helps you to identify what you're capable of bringing to the table. And it helps you to discover the strengths that you didn't know that you have. See where you need sharpening. Sometimes when you get positive feedback, that sharpens you up. It sees some areas that, you know what? I can sharpen myself. I can become better at what I'm doing by just getting positive feedback from someone else. And constructive feedback. If you're open to constructive feedback, it helps you to become more productive because now you're able to shift and maybe do something in a new, fresh way. I love to say this. This is a famous quote that I always keep in my mind, is that you cannot see the picture when you're in the frame. Mm-hmm. When you're inside of that picture, you can't see it. So see what's happening So sometimes it takes someone who you trust, or it takes a team of people who's there to help sharpen you, bring you a fresh lens to kind of see where you are. So if you agree with that, I think that's a great concept to keep in mind, is to gain positive perspectives from others. T timers, let's go to the next two. And the next two is keep it moving and stay motivated. Keep it moving and stay motivated. Just like Karen was saying, she goes on her prayer walks. What is something that keeps you active? What is something that keeps you motivated physically or mentally? We talked about during brain awareness, doing puzzles or doing some things that sharpen us, acquiring a new skill, reading something new, physical activity, whatever it is that you can do to keep you moving. We all need that. I know Patrick talks a lot about taking the time to stretch, even you're sitting at your desk for long periods of time, or you're at home. Maybe you want to step outside, get some fresh air, or take up a hobby that keeps you active. Simple things, that will keep you moving. It's so important to stay productive throughout the day. If you've been at a place, say stationary place for a long time, sometimes that kind of wears on you. So it's really great to stay sharpened physically and emotionally. And also taking the moment to journal like we do. It helps us to kind of takes us away from the space for a moment so that we can keep ourselves moving in a positive direction. And then lastly, like I said, stay motivated. What keeps you upbeat? I would love to hear what keeps you upbeat. What keeps you smiling? What keeps you positive? And what keeps you in that can-do attitude that helps you to become more productive every day? I have a response coming I want to share. Cheryl is saying, when I am stressed or have a long day, I like to play Wordscape. It really helps me to find my center. Love that, because it's all about being grounded somewhere to take you out of the tediousness, if that's a word, of a lot of the things that's going on every day. Like Patrick says, a lot during Tea Time Tuesday, we're getting, a lot of news, we're getting a lot of information overload. And sometimes, like Cheryl is saying, just taking a moment to play Wordscape really helps her find her center. Teresa, thank you for sharing, Teresa. She's saying music. Let's put Teresa back here. This is delayed a little bit. Music and sunshine keeps me motivated. Absolutely. Vitamin D, getting outside and getting some of the fresh air, the sunshine, just sitting near a window, where there's some sun, really adds productivity. You never know. You may get up from there like, oh, I feel really refreshed and I can move on. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing that. And Keisha's saying positive affirmations. Absolutely. We talked about that when we talked about having a vibrant space around us. That keeps us positive, keeps us really focusing in on those things that we can put into our inner chatter, like we say. What are we saying? What are we speaking? That's helping us to stay focused and help us to stay productive. I love that. Hope is saying the same thing. Music. I think a lot of people are really honing in on music. Just listening to, I like bossa nova. So I play that a lot sometimes behind when I'm working, just quiet music. Keisha says going for walks. Absolutely. That is so refreshing and energizing. And Nicole is saying word games and weight lifting clears my mind. Absolutely. So there's so many different things that people are doing physically. There are a lot of things that help you sharpen brain awareness. Why? Doing puzzles keeps us sharp, keeps us open, keeps us with that can-do, upbeat, and positivity that we need, because there's so many other things that are pulling at us throughout the day. And so I just really am excited to hear on Tea Time Tuesday today all of the positive responses on how to stay productive, acquiring new skills, gaining feedback and positive feedback from other people, keeping it moving, keeping ourselves moving, staying positive, managing distractions, keeping those things that kind of just pulls us away, keeping it at bay, setting reminders, what's at your reach, staying organized, and finding that silver lining, finding something that we can show passion, what we're passionate about, makes such a big difference on building resilience and keeping ourselves productive throughout the workday. So, like we always do, we're going to do a little journal exercise for a good 4 to 5 minutes. Just think of all the different concepts that we talked about here, all of the different tea time renewal strategies that we have here. How can you incorporate this into your workday? How can you incorporate this into work-life balance? This is a great time to set aside a few minutes, sip your tea. I'm going to put this slide up. And if you would like to take a moment in your journal and just journal what you're going to do, maybe this week or going forward, what will you do to begin to make your work-life balance and more productive? So here's the slide. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on for a few minutes. And if you want to grab your journal, have your tea, and journal with this prompt with me. I'm going to here. Okay. Okay. So let's journal. What will you do to make your work-life balance and more productive? Create your design. So remember that we all have different designs. We all have talked about, many of us have shared different ways that we see productivity, different ways and different things that we do already that sharpen us and help us to be more productive. What are some of these renewal practices today that you can use for work-life balance that can help you stay more focused and become more productive? So you can create your own design by journaling today, by taking a moment to journal some things that you want to do to help you become more productive. And you can share this with others, those that are around you, that may need this information. This will be a great thing to start the year off. We're still in February at the beginning of the year. Some renewal practices that we can take with us. Add to some of the journal prompts and some of the concepts that we learned the last 2 weeks about workplace wellness. So I'm going to sip my tea and let you take a few minutes and journal and create your design about productivity. And I'd like to say thank you to all of our tea timers, our tea timers community, and how we take the time throughout our day. As you guys are journaling, I'm going to read a response that Cheryl has sent us through the chat. I can't post it because I have the slide up, but I'm going to read it. Cheryl is saying, I had to learn to set boundaries with my clients. That is, I set a window where I can accept phone calls, and I completely stopped working on Sundays. Well, that's all right. That's amazing. There's certain things, just like Cheryl is saying, that when we want to manage distractions, that's a great way. And she was finding ways to set boundaries. And she decided there's some, time for leisure and time for relaxation on Sunday, and certain times that she doesn't, receive calls. So this is an amazing way to glean from one another some of the responses that our tea timers are sharing with one another today on different things, that they're doing to really set the pace of productivity in their lives. But what are you going to be doing this week so far? And there's plenty other ways to be productive. And these are just a few. So I hope that you are taking time to design ways to be more productive. I know for me, one of the things I'm going to do while you all are journaling is I'm going to make sure that I set a reminder to drink more water. I kind of fell off the wagon with that one. So this time I'm going to definitely take the time to create timers for myself and reminders to drink water more often. And that will keep me in more of a pace of being productive physically. That's just something that I'm thinking about doing as well. Just a few more minutes here as you journal. And remember to stay motivated. That may be the last concept, but that is a very positive thing to remember. Stay motivated and find things that keeps you upbeat, keeps you smiling and positive throughout the day, and to have that can-do attitude so that when you do get distractions or you do have a pretty heavy workload, you can remember that you can find a silver lining somewhere in there, something that will keep you grounded and keep you focused, like a lot of our tea timers have shared today. I like how Cheryl also shared earlier that some of the things that she does keeps her find her center. And just like we do here on Tea Time Tuesday, what is it that we do to locate ourselves? I think that this is a great concept for us and strategy for us. Okay, so I'm going to bring us back in. I want to say thank you to everyone today for joining us with Tea Time Tuesday. I'm going to bring Patrick back in. And Patrick, are you ready? Okay, so let's bring Patrick back in. And just want to thank everyone for taking the opportunity to design your, I would say, your blueprint for productivity. What do you think about these things today, Patrick?
Yes, I am looking at my notes right now. A couple of things I wanted to reiterate, just to encourage, thank you for sharing the importance of the issues of distraction, reminders, and we've been talking about workplace wellness. And one of the key things you said is the quote about you can't see the picture when you are in the frame. So I think this is good that we make sure that we gain feedback and that we listen to it so that we can grow and we can expand who we are. Also, one thing I wanted to share also that I thought was good was that I got from it was to encourage everyone, plan your recreation. You know, while you're sitting in there on your calendar today, set some time for your recreation and to rebuild your hobbies. If you haven't had some recreation, I'm not talking about going out to eat, going to your favorite store, look at your hobbies and say, okay, what do I need to do that's going to make me happy, that's going to be fun, that's going to enhance.
Yes.
So just wanted to make sure that I shared that with you as well. I got that for me at least. So thank you for this. Thank you. Yeah.
I have to put that out there. Schedule recreation. I like that you shared that. Mm-hmm. And I'm an advocate for that. Put you on the calendar.
Yes. Find that time,
absolutely,
for just fun and recreation in your hobby so that you can be the best you. And again, that's what Tea Time is about. It's about fostering resilience. So let's share our ideas and different activities that we can do. So thank you for sharing this workplace wellness practices today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you all our Tea Timers for all the ideas today. This has been great. I've had a great time. Patrick and I both have had a great time with you today. So we're going to move forward with some of our upcoming announcements here at the Renewal Center. Patrick, you want to share our upcoming announcements?
Sure. I want to thank everyone for coming on again. For those of you that might be new to Tea Time, again, we are here every single Tuesday at noon. Down there at the bottom of the screen, there's an opportunity that you can support our vision and our mission here at the Renewal Center. We take, if you'd like to donate to the Renewal Center, you can go through our mobile app. Just want to remind you to download our mobile app so you can have our content and connect with us with our notifications and our updates, our blogs, and other recorded digital content that we have. Yes. Also, you can text to give there at Renewal Center to 888-361-4483. Also through PayPal, the Renewal Center 2020 at gmail.com. Also, the website, therenewalcenters.com/give. And should be the Cash app. I think the streaming at the bottom is blocking it, but it would be Cash Renewal Center. Cash Renewal Center. So just want to remind you if you'd like to give towards that and donate and support the Renewal Center vision. Also want to remind you about our Black History activities that are coming up again this coming Friday, February 18th, and Saturday, February 19th. We're going to have some special guests, special guest speakers, authors, business owners, spoken word, as we honor Black History Month. Also, Carmela, you have something that's coming up. I'll talk about the Renewal Center virtual sip and paint as well. For those of you that want to connect with us in virtual just activities that are renewing and refreshing, we're going to do a virtual paint and sip. It's going to be Saturday, March 12th, 12:30 to 3:30. Now it's $36. It's $30 plus the shipping and handling. And so you can pay that through our Cash app at Cash Renewal Center or through PayPal, the Renewal Center 2020@gmail.com. It's going to be virtual and via Zoom. So please make sure that you RSVP us, connect with us so that we can have you participate in our virtual paint and sip. I plan on being there. I'm already enrolled and ready to go, so I can't wait to enjoy that weekend and spend that time connecting. So also, Carmela, you have an event through First Glance LLC that's coming up. Why don't you share that with us, what you got going on?
Okay, Patrick. Well, everyone, I wanted to invite you to sign up if you're interested in coming to my mini class, which is Winning Strategies. I'm registering. Open registration is now. So if you want to jumpstart 2022 with your goals, you want to give your goal an assignment, you want to make sure that you are focusing in on your vision to find strategies, winning strategies on how to attain your goals. This is a workshop, a virtual mini class for you. Find out more information on my website at www.transformational-moment.com. Registration is going on now and it ends on this coming Monday. So visit my website for more information.
All right. We're looking forward to that, those strategies that you share, especially with just making sure that we are able to manage what we do. I also want to invite everyone, those of you that are tea timers and first time connecting with us, let us know what type of subjects that we could cover as well. We have a boatload of just different types of subject that we cover. And again, tea time is about taking a pause. Yes. So it's not a working lunch, it's not a working session, but we're putting in work to help develop who we are. And so we encourage you, grab your journal. We encourage you always have a journal prepared so you can take your notes. Also have your tea ready. All right. And then if there are particular subjects that you think would be helpful to help you maximize your workplace wellness, especially if you're working from home or you're remote or you're hybrid or you have highly schedules that are very busy, we like to hear from you. So we invite you into the space to say, hey, here's a particular subject, perhaps that we could provide some renewal practices on. So we'd be interested in hearing from you. We are going to bring some of you on in the future. So if you're interested in coming on to our tea time, let us know. We'll send you the link. You can hop on with us, have some tea, and let's engage in some conversation collectively. So wanted to share that with you. So tea timers, let us know. Inbox us at the Renewal Center. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we love having tea timers on.
Yes.
We had Keisha on a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yes, we did.
This was great. Well, we definitely want to say thank you to everyone for joining us for our time today here at the Renewal Center for Tea Time Tuesday for this wonderful time of reset and pause with you, our Tea Time community. And as we always say here at the Renewal Center, have a great week, and I am Renewal. We'll see you later.